Okay.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
So the rest of our session went really well. And so I'm thinking it's about time to start doing some homework. He was at least 80% accurate with the S1s that we're working on in this session. And he was really close to that last session. So I'm thinking it's time to start doing some of these things around just in everyday activities and routines.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about some routines that you can use different things on. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. All right, can you see this PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, so this is just kind of an I Spy board, and I'll send you these pictures.
Okay.
But these are just things that you might see around. So stop, spot. All right, so what you would do to highlight those is kind of just prolong the S a little bit, stop, and make it a little more obvious, and spot. So why don't you go ahead and try one of the other words there? Swim, swing, skate.
Swim. Like
Yeah, that was great.
draw out the S.
Yep, you elongated the S and emphasized the W. Let's try another one.
Skate.
Perfect.
Swing.
Okay, so that's really good highlighting for it. And so we've been working at the phrase level in therapy, and he's done really well with that. And so now I'm going to try to carry that over to home. So something like, I see a swing, or I spy. I spy is a great game because there's the S1 spy.
Yeah, we play that game a lot.
You do? All right. So I'm going
to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's think of some other words. There's sled, stump, snake, scare. You could use all of those.
Okay.
But let's work on developing some more words that you could use during the day. You could use, let's say, like at the dinner table, if you want to play I Spy. Let's talk about some words at the dinner table.
That have S blends.
Yeah. I mean, spy is one already.
Yeah.
So you can just play the game. They don't always have to be two S blends. I spy a fork. I spy a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at the dinner table, I'm going to write that one down. That's a good one. Spoon. Let's see if we can brainstorm.
Spill?
Tell me again.
Spill, like if someone spilled their milk or.
Perfect. Yeah, so you can highlight those. Oh no, you spilled. And he'll repeat that, or you can ask him to repeat that. Let's see. Spoon, spill. Bud, do you eat potatoes? Does he eat potatoes?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spud is a good one. It's kind of a fun.
We haven't really used that word in terms of talking about potatoes, but we can definitely add it as a vocabulary word for him.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so let's talk about another situation. I have some here. Do you see the ones going for a walk?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
those are good.
I wonder if there's any more we could add to that. I mean, hopefully you won't see a snake, but you could be like, what if we see a snake?
Definitely spider we could add to that.
Ooh, spider, that's a good one. I saw a spider.
We could do skip. We could skip around instead of walk. He likes to run a lot. So
skip is good. That's a great one. Okay, so
these are hard to think of on the spot.
They kind of are. That's why I'm kind of facilitating, kind of brainstorming with you, because it really is hard to look around and be like, let's find some S blends.
Yeah.
So I know where I walk, there's a pond. So I thought of swim. Someone might be skating,
Mm-hmm.
stopped. You can look up and look at the sky.
We sometimes walk up this grassy hill, so we could add scoot if we're scooting down the hill.
Scoot. Okay. That's a good one. Yeah, that's great. Well, I think that's a really great list. What do you smell?
Yeah.
I smell grass. I smell cows, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And you see how those are phrases? And so he's getting
Yeah.
really good at the word level. So it's time to kind of move on, and the phrase level. So we're going to start to generalize that phrase level across different situations. Okay. So how are you feeling about this? Is this something you think you could do?
Yeah, definitely. I really like this activity, going for a walk, because this is something we do a lot. So I really think we could
Ooh, I thought of
incorporate
another one.
kind of conversation. Oh yeah, stroller.
Stroll or stroller. Let's go for a stroll. That's a triple blend though. So if that one's hard, yeah, that's the STR. So
Mm.
stroll. That's actually 3 sounds. So
Okay.
it would be great if you want to work on that. But if it's frustrating, you can kind of skip that one.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is definitely something we could incorporate into our life pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's another one. Dinner table conversation. State.
Mm.
Let's name some states. We live in the state of Idaho. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a couple other things, just some information. You're doing a great job with just modeling. From what I've seen in our other activities, you're doing a great job modeling and not overcorrecting, because he won't be perfect all the time. So I'm just that you're doing great with that. You don't need to correct every time. And I've heard you do this before. Oh, it's time. If he said knack instead of snack, I've heard him say that several times. And you're like, oh, okay, it's time for a snack. And I've heard you just repeat that in the next phrase. And that's awesome. That's what I want you to keep doing.
Okay.
So that's a really good way to model it. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to correct every time. And you've done a great job with responding to him, what he's asking or saying instead of the way it was said. So keep up the good work. I think that's great.
Thanks.
Let's see. I think that's about it for homework this time. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. I just kind of want to fit it in more naturally.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so you said you go for walks if you're driving in the car, the stop sign. Oh, look at there, there's the stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you start to do this, the more you're going to see S blends everywhere.
Okay.
So slip, oh, don't slip on the puddle when you're going for a walk. I'm going to add that one.
So do these S blend words have to be at the beginning of the word, the S blends at the beginning, or could we do like, well, I guess I was thinking splash, but that's not the end.
Well, you could,
But like
that's another 3 blend. That's 3 sounds, splash. Although if you're splashing in puddles, just go ahead and model that. Splash, splash. Taking a bath, oh, splash. Things like that. But let's see. Best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're doing your best. That's another good way to generalize. So
Okay.
if you start modeling things like that, and ask him to imitate or repeat, that would be a good idea as well. And we'll start getting more words with these blends in the middle and the end.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job highlighting those and not overcorrecting, and just bringing it into the next phrase. And he's doing a great job at the phrase level. So we're going to start to emphasize that. And more natural conversation outside, on the playground, things like that. And next time we'll talk some more about the S blends in different positions. I think he's ready to start doing that as well.
Okay.
Have you noticed that it's hard for him at the end of words as well?
Yeah, I don't notice a lot of S1s at the end as much as I do in the beginning. I've heard a couple, but not nearly as much as what he's been doing at the beginning of words.
Okay. Well, I'll come up with some words and see how he's doing it at the end. We've been focused on it at the beginning, but we'll see how he does with them at the end.
Okay,
All
sounds
right. Any other questions before we end for the day?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, then
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time, and you're doing a great job, so keep it up.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.